Welcome back to Stocklabs, another market recap. I'll make this pretty quick because honestly, there's not a whole lot to really go over. We're basically halfway through February. Market's been going straight up since the first week of January, basically, and really going back a couple months. I think S&P is up 14 out of 15 weeks or 15 out of 16, something like that. So, you know, the uptrend is as strong as it can basically get, and there's not really any reason that the market's going to deviate from that at the moment. So S&P was up like 1.5%, Qs were up like 2%. So smooth sailing there. Industry wise, we've got kind of mixed, but really the large cap stuff was holding up pretty well. I mean, even you look at something like Google that got whacked on earnings, I don't think it had a down day since, so it's just marching straight up from there. So buyers are coming in at any price for especially the Magnificent Seven stocks, plus, there's a couple other names in there that aren't Magnificent Seven, but they're becoming sort of like go-to names for people. Utilities were down 1%. Tech was up 1%. Services were up 0.5%. Industrials up 3%. Materials were down 3% for the week, which is kind of weak, but I don't know. Oil, maybe it's trying to find its footing somewhere around here. We've got some semiconductor stocks kind of sprinkled in here among the leaders, but other than that, it's just kind of mismatch or mix mash of different industries. So, market looks pretty good overall. I'm just going to look at the intelligence for this week. NRGU Big Oil is bullish. Ultra short Russell. Russell had a decent week this past week. It finally had, kind of a decent up move, but I don't know. Stocklabs maybe thinks it's not that durable. Okay, Egypt, I'm going to ignore them. And Dow Jones Internet Bull ETFs. So Dow Internet stocks like, I don't know what would be in there. It's Amazon in the Dow. Amazon, I think, or Microsoft's in the Dow, or maybe CRM, stuff like that. If we flip this around, to see the downside expectations, we've got regional banks. These have sort of come under pressure like last couple of weeks again. I mentioned before, we have that facility that the Fed set up last year is set to expire next month. Most likely it will get extended anyway, but until there's a decision on that, don't expect much out of the regional banks. This regional banks think like smaller banks, not JP Morgan, who is basically at all-time highs because they're the ones that take over all the little banks that go under. So, VIX bearish, GDX bearish, natty gas bearish, another VIX bearish, and bear oil is bearish, so bullish oil. So, maybe we'll see something like, I had mentioned last week any weakness early in the week would get bought. That kind of happened. I think this week you're looking at a slower week than last week. I don't know if there's any major, there might be some CPI releases or inflation rates. Market used to care about that stuff, but doesn't really anymore. Although, something could surprise there, but I doubt it. And yeah, that's basically it. Our oscillator is kind of like in this midpoint of where it's been for the last, while. Hasn't quite gotten to overbought yet since, since last year, really. So this whole move this year, we haven't produced any overbought signals. So most likely you just have the green light to press whatever's been working thus far. So yeah, that's it for me. This was quick. Got to get to some Super Bowl stuff. So hopefully you guys are also enjoying that tonight. And yeah, we'll be back next week, see how everything went. And yeah, looking forward to the rest of the month, rest of the quarter, and we'll go from here. Bye.